Have you ever watched the Winter Olympics, heard about the skeleton, and wondered what the heck that was? And no, it's not what happens to your body when you stand outside watching the Winter Games. Well, you've come to the right place. We are here with everything you need to know about this daring winter sport. The skeleton first originated in Switzerland and is considered the world's first sledding activity. Only it's a little different than the cheery, fun sledding you're probably thinking of that consists sliding down the hill in your backyard. In this Olympic event, riders race headfirst down an icy and dangerous track on a small sled or toboggan and can reach forces up to 5 Gs and speeds over 80 miles per hour. Yes, kids, this is not something you should try at home. Unlike the bobsled and sometimes luge events, the skeleton involves single riders only. However, all 3 events begin their respective races with running starts. So what's up with that name and how did it become an Olympic event? Well, I'm glad you asked. The skeleton is rumored to have come from an Englishman by the name of Mr. Child, who created his own sled in 1892, made up of mostly metal that resembled, you guessed it, a skeleton. The skeleton event came about in St. Moritz, Switzerland, and was similar to the popular British sport known as cresta sledding, the difference being the tracks in which they use. The skeleton made its Olympic debut at the 1928 Games in St. Moritz, and then again in 1948 since it was the only track of its kind at the time. The skeleton wouldn't see the Winter Games again until 54 years later at the 2002 Olympics in Salt Lake City, when the sport was added permanently, where women competed for the first time. Since 2002, popularity in the sport has skyrocketed, including countries with climates that can't necessarily support it, such as South Africa, Mexico, Australia, Argentina, Bermuda, Iraq, Brazil, and the Virgin Islands, to name a few. Luckily for these countries, the International Bobsleigh and Skeleton Federation, or the IBSF, was put into place to assist these emerging nations in providing coaching, equipment, and travel in order to help them compete. There will be a total of 50 athletes representing the sport in Pyeongchang, 20 women and 30 men from 21 different nations, 4 of them making up Team USA. Don't miss a second of your Olympics coverage by keeping it at fansided.com.